So, welcome people of the World Wide Web. It's Cypher Sigma here. It's Wednesday. The sun is actually out in the UK. It's getting quite warm, and it's time for look what I've been watching. Oh, that kind of gives away what that is. But that's right. Let's try that again. Look what I've been watching. Just so we can get clips. So yeah. So anyone's new to this channel, this is basically what I do. Is every week I go to physical media that I've been watching, just to give you an update of what I thought about it. There's a lot of, you know, some stuff's good, some stuff's bad. All you know, it's all subjective, you know. But let's get into it. So we'll go from the top to the bottom. So first was a Bad Boys for Life. So I saw this at cinema. Was it last year? I think it was. I think it was 2020 before that. It might have been 2021. 2020 even, so it's been 3 years since this was out. So I got this on a 4K, so I upgraded my version of it, and I do really like this. You know, I think it is a good continuation of the franchise and stuff. The only thing let down him being his, spoiler alert, the bad guy kind of being his son and kind of linked into it was a bit like, they're kind of building up to more, but I feel they should have kind of ended it there, because I hear they might do a fourth one. But there is that. So the next one, so this is one I watched last night, it cost me 50p, it's The Butler. So this is Forrest Whitaker. He plays a guy who originally was brought up on a cotton field. His dad got shot on the cornfield and his mum was abused. Unfortunately, he goes off, breaks into like a shop, and the shop owner or the hotel owner basically teaches him to be a butler, and he works his way up to be in the White House. And this is all going on through the years of Martin Luther King and everything. So obviously people of colour were being basically obviously didn't have rights. The same with white people. There's a lot of angry one. He has 2 kids as he grows up, and obviously they are involved in Vietnam War and obviously the movement for to obviously equal rights for everyone. And I thought it was a really good film. It's just over 2 hours. Has John Cusack in it, Cuba Gooding Jr., Lenny Kravitz, loads of famous people. But I thought it was a really good story. So the next one is In Dreams. So this is Annette Bening, where she's a little bit of a psychic, and she gets kind of these premonitions, and then it turns out that her daughter gets kidnapped by a serial killer, and then she tries to find the serial killer. I think it's from a book, to be honest. It was a little all over the shop. Obviously it has Robert Downey Jr. in it, and he's playing a bit of a schizophrenic type person and stuff. Yeah, and it just felt there were little bits all over the place, like this is kind of a cut down version of what the film could have been. Yeah, I think there was a few bits that didn't work for me. I think I bought this off a friend many years ago, so I'm glad to watch it. I say maybe it's not the right frame of mind, I say, but yeah, just the elements and stuff, they just don't all go together. I think it. Then at the weekend, me and my wife watched The Sword in the Stone. So obviously any Disney fans out there, we've seen this before anyway. It's not a new DVD, it's an old one. But yeah, we wanted just a little bit of sunshine for I think it was a bit of a rainy day, Sunday. So yeah, so we do really like Sword in the Stone. I'm a big fan of Archimedes, the little owl there. So yeah, we watched that. It was quite enjoyable. I say Disney films always bring a smile to your face. And then the box set that kind of was ruining it. So Heroes Series 2. So it's taken me and my wife a while to get around to this. My wife, her mood takes her, so it takes a little while. So we watched this, and I liked it. Obviously, this was when the original writer's strike had happened, and obviously we've got one going on now. So there is some comparisons. I showed her obviously like it impacts the speed of the story, and there's a lot of changes and stuff. And unfortunately, after the poor reception of season 1, the sped up of Bliss season 2, just it just kept losing its footing, its momentum. I am surprised that when you rewatch it, it lasted as long as it did. But I just wonder what it would have been if people would just left it alone. The studio would have left it alone, right? Strike. You know, if it would have been able to just do what it wanted to do of its own accord and not keep characters when they, all because they're popular and stuff. That's by the by. And then the final one is Kashan. So this is, obviously, as you see, I've got multiple copies of the live action one of this. So this is the animated version. So it's actually from a 4-part animated series, I think from the 80s. And you can tell that from it, it is very, fits in with that story. It does have a few links to the film. There are a few things that work and didn't work. You can kind of see how stuff there. But it's kind of your casual film. I think it kind of for the anime of that era and what it represented, I thought it was good. The story was good, containing and stuff, and the action and stuff. Today, if you compare it to today's anime and stuff like this, it pales in comparison, but it is what it is. So yeah, so that has been my what I've been watching this week. I think 26 we're at, so I think almost half a year I've been doing this or that. So hope you enjoy the series. Is there anything that I've watched this week that you've seen that you liked, you agree with me, you disagree with me? If you got anything, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Sigma. Screen time. Hope you enjoyed this video. I shall see you in the next one.